What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we are going to be talking all about the new feature known as Adventure Sync that will be added into Pokemon Go. So Niantic sent out a notification to everyone saying that the new feature will become available. But basically, if you go and read this little insert, it doesn't have a lot of information. It's very vague. But lucky for us, we do have some people who are able to go into the network traffic, pull out the screenshots for it, which are most likely going to be used for the tutorial, but we can actually figure out exactly how this sync feature is going to work. We can talk about the benefits of it, and I personally think that there are a lot of benefits, and that's probably why I'm going to choose to opt into this. But what we're going to do is talk about everything that we know about the app. But before we get into that, we probably need to talk about how we can collect distance now. So if you're just interested in the Adventure Sync feature, go ahead and check out the timestamp below. But basically, the only ways that we're able to collect distance now is basically the main one is just to play the game, just to have the app open, just do it like normal, right? Then there's a second one where you can actually enable battery saver mode, where you just flip your phone upside down, the screen goes black. It's basically designed to just save your battery. You can technically still gain the distance, you can still hatch eggs, you can't catch Pokemon while you're doing that. And then the third one, probably a little more common, is to have a Go Plus or a Gacha going, where you don't necessarily have to have Pokemon Go up. You do have to have it in the background, but you can still catch Pokemon, collect distance, do everything like that. But if you were to close out the app, it wouldn't work anymore. Well, that is where Adventure Sync comes in. Basically, with this feature, we are going to be able to collect distance for hatching eggs and also for the buddy for candy, basically while the app is not even up. That's the main point in this. And I have to be honest, I personally think that this benefits someone like myself. Maybe you're in the same situation where, you know, I'll go out and I'll be active and, you know, I'll go to the store, I'll go walk, I'll go do all these things, but I don't necessarily always have Pokemon Go up. And then I'm like, dang it, you know, I just went this far, I just walked and did all of this, and then I didn't, you know, I wasn't able to collect my distance or anything just because I didn't have the game up. So for me personally, I think I'm gonna have a major benefit of being able to collect some extra distance out of all of this. So when we're talking about just kind of like just the main features of it, this will be available for all Apple devices. It will be available for Android devices as well. Other than that, you'll have to have a Google sign in to be able to do this. And then when we're talking about, you know, what it will look like, this is honestly one of my favorite features about all of this. And that is a summary page. We're going to have a summary page letting us know on a weekly basis how far we've gone, what we've done, even how many calories we burned, how many buddy candies we've earned, just everything kind of in one place, which is really good to kind of know your progress, how much you're doing on a weekly basis. This is something that some people do in the Pokemon Go community, but they're having to write down their own numbers and then see the before and after basically. So to have the game do it for you is really nice. Along with this, they are going to offer benefits for this. We don't know exactly what the mystery items are going to be. Most likely they will trade off every week, but I would expect something like golden raz, silver pineapps, rare candies, just stuff like that, which will be a huge benefit into the game, having something that we haven't really seen before. Now, one of the main questions that I personally had for this, and maybe you would have one too, is I was a little worried about the notification system. Okay, well, if I'm going to opt into this, if I'm going to hatch eggs, if I am going to try to gain some candy for my buddy, how am I going to get notified whenever I hatch some eggs if I'm not necessarily playing the game? Well, that question is kind of answered with this, because basically what will happen is you can turn on some notifications for it where you can get notified every time you hatch an egg, every time your buddy gains candy, and then I personally would just prefer to know about the eggs myself, just because of incubators costing a little bit more in the game. You know, it's not like a free commodity besides your free incubator. I want to know that type of thing, and that's something that we will be able to know. Other than that, I do think that there are some added benefits to this just for the casual play style. This isn't going to take over by any means, and what would be really cool is if this feature still was able to sync all of your information of what you collected in the game and not necessarily outside of it, which I personally think it will kind of show everything. But with that being said, I think there's a lot of added benefits to this, and I definitely want to know what you think about this. Are you excited about Adventure Sync? Are you going to opt in to do it, or do you have a reason why you wouldn't want to do it? Some people have some concerns about it being able to track where you're going and everything when you're not playing the game, and that can be a valid concern, so go ahead and let me know in the comments section. If you do enjoy this type of content, want to stay up to date on Pokemon Go news, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hit me like a tidal wave, ooh, triggered by the aftershock. Hit me like a tidal wave. I can't hit these high notes. How does he do this? This is impossible. I give up.